We back, we back, we back, we back. Let's go. Good afternoon. You're rocking with D-Money. We are officially in the afternoon session, and prices right back into 15-minute ORB. Let's go. Not matter. We're back to watch more of this garbage chop. I hope not. I hope we get some good movement, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Stephanie Vu, good afternoon, D-Money. Hey, good afternoon. How are you? Let's go. It's Frostbit, D-Money. I made stunning 440 on the day. I'm up 731 on the week. Hey, that's some good profits. So, all right. So, if you guys were tuned in for the morning session, this 25,304.50 and the 25,233, that was your 15-minute opening range, right? And we're kind of stuck right back. We're back inside of that range, unfortunately, right? So we did have a break above it to the upside. Price kind of expanded higher right before 12 o'clock. It actually pushed higher and put in a higher high. And now it's back in the range. So let's go. Pickleball Bill, we back. I never left, chat. I never left. Gregory Casey, that boy good. That boy good. Hi, D-Money. Congrats for your partnership with PW. I love PW when he's normal, less degen, animating, but adding your chill vibe, balance to BDH perfectly. Yeah, guys. So I love PW, right? So one of the things that drew me to the show was his personality and how he keeps it light and fun, right? So I'm just being myself. And I'm happy to be part of the team. So let's go. Let's make some money. Matter, Chick-fil-A for lunch today. No, I actually had Sona Ginger. Yeah, Sona. Zona, sorry. Zona Fresca. And I'll be honest, guys. I'm not trying to throw any shade, but it was way better than Chipotle yesterday. Just being honest, Chipotle was not it. So I won't be going back to that Chipotle. Let's say that. Let's go. Daib, D-Money, help me, bro. And I'm on red today. Can you tell me what to do now? Do I buy? Well, price is stuck in the 15-minute ORB. So let's kind of look at this. So if I go to the 5-minute chart, we're stuck in this range, right? Price has been ranging, and so there hasn't been clear price put in a higher high above the ORB, the 15-minute ORB, up here to like that 225,348 level, and then it's back inside of the range, which is very strange, right? Because typically you'll get a breakout and price will continue in that direction, but that's not the case today. So got to be patient. Not looking to force a trade. Obviously, I'm gonna see what I can get. You know, on a 5-minute chart, lower time frame, I need price back above the 14 EMA with momentum to the upside for me to kind of want to join buys. Is this area right here going to hold and get a push up? Possibly, right? We don't know yet. Got to wait and see. The sleeve DJ, Trump spoke. I mean, when is he not speaking, right? I mean, I'm just being honest. I feel like he's speaking every day at this point. So 1252 is a Trump bar. He just wrecks market every single time he's in front of the mic. Yeah, that's a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So I'm taking it that sell-off we're saying is a Trump. Trump was speaking, so that 5-minute candle was a 58-point drop on that specific candle that you're referring to. So but nevertheless, guys, we back. Looking to make a little monies. So I am so I have my Apex funded accounts. Going to be looking to see if I can run those up a little bit more, and obviously the Lucid accounts. So let's kind of look at where I'm at. These are the Apex accounts. Let's go. So I'm going to be strategic, guys. I'm trying to take the right setup, so I'm not going to force anything. So we'll be patient and see if I can get a break out of this opening range for good, and then the market picks a direction, right? So I'm up almost $4 grand, right, on the Apex accounts. And the Lucid accounts, let me check those real quick. Just give me 1 second. Pull up my Lucid accounts. So all these accounts, so yeah, they're the 150K accounts. So that's the Lucid accounts, right? So let's go. Troll the truth. Are these PA accounts? Yeah. So I have the Apex PA accounts, 150K PA accounts, and these are Lucid. The ones that are currently on the screen, these are Lucid straight to funded accounts. Yes. Ton, yo, that's from this morning. Yeah, so and then I also saw a buy right at 12:30 above the EMA, so I took that trade as well. Yeah, so Jeff Herbert, why is one account at 475? I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure. So sometimes the slippage on the trade copier, like sometimes there's slippage on the trade copier, to be honest. So I'm not sure on that. DMONEY, can I ask what's your way to manage payout, like every 1% of all account or drawdown? So are you saying risks? Are you saying risking, or are you saying, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to on that, but are you saying like, am I risking 1% of the drawdown? Withdrawing the payouts? So, well, if you're saying withdrawing the payouts, I mean, no, I'm gonna take the max. I'm gonna take the max amount. Let's go. So I know on Lucid accounts, you can take, if I'm not mistaken, these are 150K straight to fund it. So I believe it's 3,000 per account you can take out. I still got a ways to go to be at payout on these accounts, right? So the Apex accounts, I got to be at 73.50 in order to take out the full amount. So I'm trying to run them up. All right, so on the 5-minute chart, this is like it's kind of strange, like this price action today, right? So 5-minute chart, we're kind of building out, it looks like, some support to continue to push back up. So it's just interesting, right? So current 1 hour candle, this is the 1 hour candle. We got a long wick at the top and the bottom. So typically how I trade the PM session is I wait for price to the 1 hour candle to close, which would be the close of this candle, right, at 2 o'clock, and then you'll get the open of a new 1 hour and 4 hour candle. But I am cautious right now of the time, and I'm cautious of what's been going on. We had a sell-off after Trump spoke, and then now we're expanding back to the upside, right? So I'm kind of aware of that. So that's in the back of my mind as well, right? But it's been some nasty price action. So above VWAP on the 5-minute. Yeah, so I don't use the VWAP, but the last time we were in this area, we had a push to the upside, right? When you look to the left, the last time we were immediately in this area, we had a push back up to the upside, to that 348 area. So Pickleball Bill, D-Money, why do you prefer the 150K accounts? It's just because you got more drawdown. You got a little bit more wiggle room to play around with. It's a preference thing. I mean, if you're going to trade the 50K accounts, I mean, you got to be careful with your sizing. You still got to be careful on the 150K account as well, but, you know, you got more drawdown. You got more room. All right, our buy's going to hold here. That's the question. Crazy price action. What is straight to funded accounts? So those accounts are accounts that you don't have to pass an eval. You're funded from day one. So they are a little bit more expensive because you don't have to pass an evaluation. So I'm trading 5 of the Lucid straight to funded 150K accounts. Let's go. Not necessarily more rules on straight to funded. It's just that it's, I mean, so on Lucid, you have a 20% consistency rule. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. So, you know, doing the math for me, like if I make over $1,800 on a given day per account, then that's going to I'm going to have to make a lot more money, right? Over that 9,000 in order to get the payout. Because you got to meet the consistency rule. What is my buffer? So 9,000. You have to hit 9,000 on Lucid to be at a payout, right? 9,000. It's not trailing drawdown, so that's the other thing. It's not trailing drawdown. It's actually basically kind of like end of day drawdown, but you do have a daily loss limit. Yeah, the 50K, can you explain the consistency rule on 50K Apex? Yeah, so in Apex, you have a 30% consistency rule. And in order to be at, so if you want to take out a payout of $2,000, which is the max amount for the first payout, you have to make like $4,100, right? The 30% consistency rules means you can't make over like $1,200. So if you do $4,100 times 0.30, it's $1,230, right? So the remaining under that 30%, you can't have a day that's bigger than $1,230. If you do, then that's not an issue. You just got to make more money in order to get that payout. All right, so what's going on? We're building up right back inside the 15-minute range from this morning. Are we gonna expand to the upside? So we got about 14 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. The 1 hour candle has a long wick at the bottom and the top, which is not great price action, right? Because that kind of tells you that there's some indecision going on, but just kind of waiting to see if price is gonna expand to the upside and retest that 345 area. Javal, yo, what's up? What's good, D-Money? Hey, how are you? Let's go. Is Apex having the 90% off? I'm not sure what the next promotion is, guys. You just gotta kind of stay tuned to the channel. I mean, we'll obviously let you know if they are, but I'm on the website right now and I don't see a promotion as of yet. So all right, we're starting to push up on the 5-minute chart right at the 14 and 50 EMA. I'm gonna take a buy, guys. My stop is going to be below 284, and that's just kind of looking at the last time we were in this area, we had a bounce to the upside. If we get rejected, that's fine. It's a small stop loss. But I want to see if we can challenge this 309 or a higher level. And hold. And that's just looking to the left and seeing that price push there last time, right? That's all I'm doing is reading the price action. Will we get it? We'll see. But if not, that's fine. My stop is 285. And it's only one contract, so per account. So small risk. But I want to see if we can get back above, actually, and maybe even challenge 335. It just depends. Or are we going to reject? Asking about EMAs and no response. So EMAs are 14 and 50 EMA. And that's pinned in the chat, guys, because I get that question a lot. I'm sorry if I missed your question, but yeah, it's the 14 and 50 EMA. All right, I want to see some fast movement to the upside back above this 310 level. I want to see if we can break out because we were there, right? So, guys, that was me. I actually posted that comment under PW's name. I pinned the EMAs because I get that question all the time. All right, nice, nice, nice. 303. See if we can bust above this level. Nice. And we're right back down. Classic price action. So that's why I got to be careful, right, at this level, because we have rejection there. I think I was up maybe 5 points. Only trading one contract just because of the crazy price action today. So not going to get back crazy amount of profits if I lose on a trade. But the last time we were in this area, we had a bounce back to the upside. So that's what I'm anticipating. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but that's what I'm trading. Right? If we break back below the EMAs, then that's not good for buys. JT Irby, what was your question? Micro scrapping, yeah. I'm just taking what I can get on a day like today, guys, right? Not gonna be greedy. Like I said, if it stops me, if it's back below, you know, if it can't get above and stay above the 14 EMA, then I don't want to be in buys. I'll look to re-enter on a different trade, right? So, small risk. Anyone have experience? Yeah, like I haven't traded with Legends yet. Myself, personally. Sorry. All right, I want to see like a push quick, right? I want to see some upside momentum. It's kind of stalling out, so that's not good, but we'll see. Up a couple points. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see if we can get a pop up past this 309. Right back down. So I'm gonna kind of watch it now because it rejected, right? So I wanted faster momentum. It had about 5 points, or sorry, almost 10 points, but now it's rejecting, right? So some crazy price action today, right? I'm trying to give it some time. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Want to see a pop above this 309 area. All right, I'm gonna close it, guys. Yep. Give it one more second. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. Let's go. Let's go, chat. That boy good. That boy good. Let's go. I like. All right, so let's am I holding for 100 points? That would be a negative. This is a take what you can get kind of day, right? Because price has been stuck back and forth between the ORB. So give it a one time for Randy Watson, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, let's go. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see where we're at on these accounts. Let's go. Really? Okay. It has to be on both, gender. That's why I think I only did it on one. I'll add it to the other ones. Yeah, all right. Back in the, all right, so Chris H, back in the green on one of my Apex account. That was a knuckle biter. Yeah, so let's kind of go over that trade, guys. So on the 5-minute chart, I kind of saw the price action building from down here. And what I mean is, let me kind of highlight that for a second. Price was starting to put in higher lows on the lower time frame. We got back above the 14 EMA. So my thought process was, right? If price can hold the 14 EMA, I'm taking a buy. My stop is below previous lows candle. Hoping for expansion to the upside. Putting in a new high, right? That's what happened. So yeah, the 4-hour candle, we got a couple minutes left, right? Before it opens. So this is the current 4-hour chart. So, which is bullish. And it's actually closing as of right now. There's still some time left, but is it going to close as a bullish engulfing candle, right? It obviously is bullish, which is that's an interesting that would be pretty interesting. So all right, so we got 1 minute left until the open of the new 4-hour candle. What happened to Patrick? Patrick's on vacation. Patrick will be back on Monday, guys. So I'm actually trading both sessions. This is the DMONEY show. This is the afternoon session, right? My normal slot is going to be 1:30 to 4, Monday through Friday, right? So this week I'm trading both sessions because Patrick's in Mexico. Let's go. Alberto Escobar, nice having you around. It's awesome. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Nick Patel, do I think the next candle will go on top of that wick of 4-hour current candle? You mean putting in like a higher high? I think that's what you're probably saying, right? So I'm gonna, all right, so that's the open. We closed bullish, obviously, on the 4-hour chart. So ideally, what I would like to see is price initially at the open of this candle push down, form some kind of bottom wick down here somewhere, and then continue to push higher, right? That's what I would like to see. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it, but all right, so this is the 1-hour chart. Now, the 1-hour chart to me looks like a bullish pin bar, right? Looks like a bullish, that's a very bullish 1-hour candle for me. Close above the 14 EMA. You got space between the 2 EMAs, so wouldn't be surprised if there's some more upside coming. But like I said, I would want a little bit of a retest. If I join buys right now, you know, where's my stop going to be, right? That's how I'm always kind of thinking. So you do have an EMA cross that formed on the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart that we're looking at. You do have an EMA cross that formed, a bullish EMA cross. So is price going to continue to push higher, right? We've been stalling for a long time. Meaning that we were stuck in a range during the US session that we were stuck in overnight. And price put in a higher high basically outside of that range, or close to the top of the range, and then now we're kind of right back, right? So wouldn't be surprised we get to more upside. The 1-minute chart is grind mode. Yeah, it's been like one of those days, right? Like, I mean, you get a push up, back down to the opening range. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's more upside coming. It's just been a little delayed, right? That's what it feels like. Could be wrong. I lost a few accounts today. How do you escape these type of choppy days? I try to take my same setup every day and be content with what I have if I'm in profit and not get too greedy, because if you're greedy on chop days, you're going to end up getting chopped, right? So that's the best answer I can give you. Live easy. Yo, DMONEY, you're the honest trader I've ever seen. Love you, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm just trying to make a little money. Love is the answer to everything. What's my P&L for the day? So I'm trading both, you know, the Apex accounts and the straight to funded Lucid accounts. I'll have to check. I'll check in a second. I'm trying to wait to see how this first 5-minute candle is gonna kind of form, right? And the reason why is because it's the open of the new 1-hour candle. It's the open of a new 4-hour candle. So is this 14 and 50 EMA on a 5-minute chart? Is that gonna hold? Meaning that we're gonna get more expansion to the upside, right? I'm just kind of waiting to see how this candle forms. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Let's look at it. So like I said, I do like the formation of this candle. The previous 1-hour candle, right? You had a long wick at the bottom and then a push back above the EMAs. So that for me is bullish. Now it's just a matter of, if you're gonna get long, where's your stop? So for me, the stop would have to be below like 295, right? Like a 20-point stop. And that's just, if I was getting long, that's just anticipating that this EMA cross on the 5-minute chart is gonna hold, right? That it's gonna stay intact, meaning that price is not gonna dip back below it for another retest to the downside. So that's what I'm kind of saying. No, I do not trade gold or ES, Street View. Only NASDAQ. Dean Taylor, D-Money, do you journal or are you like PW and past all that? Yeah, I don't really journal. I mean, I might take a screenshot here and there if I see a pattern that keeps occurring in the market just to kind of get some muscle memory. But Ben74, what's up, D-Money? Hey, what's up? So yeah, we're kind of holding right now, right? 301, which is the 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart. As of right now. So, all right, the 2 o'clock 5-minute candle that opened, closed bearish. Couldn't put in a higher high, but had a higher low, right? So, Oscar Lopez, the synergy between you and PW is great. I hope the show goes back to that style. I think PW wants to take over the entire streaming world, right? Meaning that BDH is streaming morning and afternoon, right? So I think that's the thought process. So let's go. Gray G, what up, bro? We back. Yeah, we back. Took a trade already, right? Took some buys. Feeling good. I'm looking for another buy if we can hold this 14 EMA right on the 5-minute chart, this 300 level. But the only thing I'm a little concerned about is, like, can we get a little bit more of a deeper retest? We might not get it, but I would like a retest a little lower before expanding higher. But if I don't get it, then I'll have to kind of measure my stop based off the 14 EMA, which right now would be like 300. I'm going to take a buy, guys. My stop is going to be 301. I'm just anticipating that the EMA is going to hold. It's only one contract. I want to see price expand up to 338. Not sure if we're going to get it, but EMAs so far being respected, so I saw that. So, like I said, my stop is going to be 301. 15 points. If it can't hold the 14 EMA, then I don't want to be in the buys short term, right? I'll have to wait for a deeper retest, and I can always re-enter. So, not concerned about it. EMAs are the 14 and the 50. That's pinned at the top of the chat. And we just pull back a little bit, right? So, got to keep an eye on it. Hips, what up, D-Money? How we doing today? Hey, I'm doing good. How are you? So Geotone, is that how? Sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm a price action trader, right? So I use the EMAs as confluence, meaning that if price is going to be in a trending market, typically the EMAs are respected, right? So right now, this trade, I'm anticipating more upside. It doesn't mean I'm going to get it, right? Because I can be wrong just like everybody else on the trade. But I would like to see price kind of retest this 337 level. But I know if price drops below 303, I don't want to be in the trade. right? Because the 14 EMA right now, if we're trending up, it should act as an area of support, so to speak, right? If it drops lower than that, then that means that maybe we're going for a deeper retest, and I can always re-enter later, right? I took a buy already, made some money, so I'm up on a day, so not, you know, my sizing is correct because I'm only trading one contract. Let's go. Put the trade on, let it ride. But if it, like I said, guys, if it reverses down here to this 300 level, like, I don't want to be a part of buys right now because maybe price is doing a deeper retest to the downside, right? So I'm cautious of that. I want to see a pretty quick expansion to the upside. That's what I would like to see. So if I don't get it, I don't get it, right? That's trading. All right, so we're rejecting, which is fine. Like I said, if we're back at the EMA to 14, then I'm gonna be out, right? So like at 303 level, if we get back down to like 303, I'm gonna be out of the trade. Which is like what, a 13-point stop? Because like I want price to continue to trend upwards, right? Not reject. Let's go. So how did I learn how to trade? Who was your mentor? So I didn't really have a mentor. I mean, I just kind of bounced around on social media, probably like a lot of people, and trial and error, to be honest. That's the best teacher, trial and error. Blown some accounts, to be honest, in full transparency, guys. Russell Espanol, the markets are not onto you yet, LOL. Yeah, not every trade is going to work, guys. I think that's part of trading too. You have to be content with, because typically, right, if you're a full-time trader, it's your job, right? So if you take a losing trade, you're like, oh, I failed. Like, you didn't necessarily fail. Maybe priced it didn't work out. I mean, but you guys are going to start seeing I take the same trades over and over. Right? Sometimes they're going to work, sometimes they won't. So I'm okay with that. $302.75, right? If we tap that, I'm out. And we're pretty close to it, right? We're at 307. Thought process was, right, like, hey, we get above the opening range high of 304.50, we hold it, we bounce higher, right? That's also there. So if we can't hold that range, I don't want to be in a buy right now. So nothing wrong with closing and looking for another entry. First trade I took was a win, right? So this is the second trade for the next buy. And we'll see if it holds or if I get stopped. If I get stopped out. Let's go. But I want to, if it's gonna expand, I want it to do it quick, right? Like I don't want to see price playing around and stuck in a range. I want to see some expansion quick to the upside. So that's the other thing. The longer it stalls, you know, it could be a sign of weakness, right? So all right, so we're dropping. Like I said, if we tap that 14 EMA, which is the red line, I'm out, right? and I can always look to re-enter. But you notice how there's a reaction, right? No, even if I get stopped out on the trade, you notice how there's some kind of reaction, right? Like that's happens a lot. Stalling, stalling, stalling. And it looks like I'm gonna get price slowed down. All right, so it's about to tap it. It's right on the opening range. It's right on the high of the opening range, guys. So like coming back to the EMAs, you want like a push, like a quick reaction, right? Almost like a rubber band back the opposite direction. So if you don't get that, then that's not good, right? For short-term momentum. Here it is. All right, so I'm closing. So we're right back in the 15-minute ORB. So, all right, so that trade, let's see where I'm at. On those accounts. And we'll wait for the next setup, right? We'll see if is it gonna hold this area? Is it gonna break this area? I would let it bounce off the EMA before trading it. Yeah, so remember though, right? You got an EMA cross and basically, right? I didn't even want price to come back to the EMAs, to be honest, right? Because it's like, why would it? If it already broke out, you would want like a tap of maybe the 14 and then a push up. But it just did a retest of the 50 on the 5-minute chart, which is not great. So, all right, let's check the higher time frame. So, and that's why I was kind of saying, right? Like this chart, you got to kind of be mindful because this is the 1-hour chart and it closed as a bullish pin bar and price could want a deeper retest, right? So when the lower time frame doesn't hold, a lot of times price wants a deeper retest and that's going to match up with the higher time frame, right? So right now price is retesting on the 1-hour, right? We can see that the 14 EMA on the 1-hour chart, it's 293. So the bottom of the body of the candle in the 1-hour previous candle is 25,286, right? So is it going to push down here and then push higher? We'll see. And remember guys, like, right, every trade is not gonna give you what you want, right? You got to be comfortable with that. That's why I lowered the contract size, just in case it didn't hold. Took 2 trades, both buys. One was a winner, one was a loser, right? So let's go. Chop cheese, exactly. Chop cheese. If anything, I think it's going to sell off. It could. Today's not the best price action day, right? I think we all can agree on that. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, we got 1,811 people watching. Please hit the like button if you haven't subscribed. Let's go. All right, so 5-minute chart. Kind of hanging on to the hanging on for dear life, right? On the 5-minute chart. Its price right now is currently in between the 14 and 50 EMA. And not looking too hot right now. So, but I am interested to see how, like, can we get some momentum starting to build, because we've had a nice little retest on a 1-hour chart. Okay, I'm in a nutshell. Can you explain your strategy? Yeah, I'm a price action trader. So I'm looking at how the 1-hour candles and 4-hour candles form. And I'm trying to get in on the bottom wick of a higher time frame candle, preferably anticipating that it's going to continue pushing to the upside, right? So if I'm bullish, I want price to push down on the 1-hour chart. This is what we're looking at. I want to get in when price is bearish on the 1-hour chart, anticipating that it's going to turn bullish. I use the EMAs as far as looking for buys or sells. Like, if I'm bullish, I want price above the EMAs and respecting them. If I'm bearish, I want price below the EMAs. That's kind of like a nutshell. Salty puts, when PW gets back, he's taking you Wahoo fishing. Get ready for a boat ride. Winter sail fishing in South Florida. Let's go. All right, so here we are, guys, right? And this is what I was kind of saying, right? Here we go, pushing right back up. There's the expansion that I wanted, right? Sometimes that's how it is. So let's go short squeeze. Yeah, pretty much. And that's what I was looking at, guys, right? Like, that's what so I'm gonna look here to see if I'm gonna take another buy. And I'm going to see if we can bust through this area. I'm pretty much, the funny thing is I'm getting in right at the same level I was at. And if, we'll see if price can hold and continue up, right? To that 337 area. And when I say that, I'm just looking to the last time price was in this area, right? It got up to that 337. So we'll see if it can hold. And I'm anticipating that that was the 1-hour retest and price is going to expand higher, right? That's what I'm hoping for. This is the 1-hour chart that I'm going to switch to and kind of show you what I'm saying, right? So this is the 1-hour chart. So what I'm hoping is that was the retest and we're going to expand higher. The retest of the 14 EMA, basically, right? And expanding higher. So we'll see. So can we finally break out of this level, or are we gonna push back down? 318. We need to get above 318. Nasty price action, right? So this is the 15-minute chart. Yeah, I would love an expansion, right? Like prices been kind of playing around, so I want to see price kind of retest this possibly 347 area. Let's go. Let's go. This is exactly what I wanted, right? But I want it to continue and not stall. Is that a limit on your chart? So guys, that's a take profit area. I limited into the, I did a market order, guys, for a buy. Somebody said it won't stall anymore. I hope that's the case, right? Nothing's guaranteed though in trading. Because like what it's been doing is it'll make a move and then it'll retrace the whole move, right? So the 1 hour chart, this is the 1 hour chart where, you know, it's struggling a little bit, but I want to see momentum, right? If it starts to stall, that's not good for bulls. And it's pulling back. So I'm gonna kind of watch this. Back down, right? Higher time frame, 1 hour chart. I saw a bullish pin bar on a 1 hour chart, right? So I want to see price expand higher to the upside. And that's what you're looking at here. Right? Price had a bullish pin bar pretty much. It came down and retested the 14 EMA. So I would want to see some expansion, right? I don't want to see price revisit that 304 level. That's not good if it's retesting that ORB area. Over price action. Yeah, it's not great today. I'll be the first one to tell you that. It's not great at all. Ha! If anybody's green, let's go away. I know, right? Let's go. Alexander Medina's, what's up, Big D? Let's get it. Hey, let's go. Yeah, I'm looking for, I want to push to the upside. I want an expansion higher, right? I mean, I feel like price has been hanging around this range. I feel like this 343 level's in play. I could be wrong, but I saw a bullish pin bar on the 1 hour chart that closed, so I'm playing buys, right? So we'll see. What chart is this? Or sorry, you saying like what time frame? So this is the 1 hour chart that I currently have it on. 1 hour chart. Yeah, this is the 1 hour. So, and what I was saying is I see a bullish bullish pin bar in the previous 1 hour candle. Price on this current candle retested the 14 EMA and then should have expanded higher, right? So it's struggling. No follow through, right? That's the kind of day it's been. No follow through day. I feel like on a normal day, we probably would have already expanded in one direction, but that's trading, right? Price is kind of stalling, so don't always get what you want. That's for sure. It's stuck. Yep. When you right, you right. You ain't never lie. Aaron Berger, 0 for 2. You're 0 for 2. Hey, I mean that happens, right? So the important thing is trying to have a measured stop loss, right? When the trade is invalid for you. Not every trade is gonna be a winning trade, right? So we'll see how this trade plays out. I'll switch back in a second, guys, but this is the current 1 hour chart you're looking at. Like I said, I saw price kind of retest the EMA and push up, so I was anticipating more upside, but we're struggling, right? We're kind of bouncing back and forth. Breakout would have been great right there. Shaking my head, glad I took profit. Yeah. It will go down. It could. Anything's possible, right? I'm just basically playing the price action, guys, right? I'm a price action trader. You guys know that. If you've tuned into the streams multiple times, I'm a price action trader. Doesn't mean I'm going to be right on every trade. I can be wrong as well, right? So, but I'm going to play the trade I'm going to trade the price action. Bullish pin bar on the previous 1 hour candle for me above the EMAs. I'm going to take a buy. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. One hour looking good. Yeah, I mean, the 1 hour looks pretty good to me, but it's Chop City today. Dang, I left. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back and forth, yeah. Yeah. It'll be switched back and forth. 318 broken up, yeah. Let's rediscuss in a few minutes. Yeah. This is like one of those days, guys, with the price action that, like I said, if you got profit, no reason, you know, you can bag your profit, whatever the case may be, right? So I'm just kind of trading the price action as I see it. And sometimes on days like this, the move will happen. It just takes a little bit longer than it normally would. So we'll see. But it's definitely nasty today. A little nasty price action. Because, you know, on a normal day, maybe price would have expanded higher already. Who knows, right? So, but that's all hindsight. Doesn't matter. We're trading today. Let's go. Straight gambling. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. So if you tune in, if you continue to tune into the streams, you'll see that I take the same trades every day. Today's just one of those days where the price action is the price action, right? So that's it. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm basically playing off the EMAs, the same trade I take every day. So I'm not sure what you consider gambling, but I'm taking a trade that I see based off the 1 hour chart. If you go to the 1 hour chart, it closed as a bullish pin bar above the EMAs. We had a retest on this current candle, 14 EMA tap and a push up, right? So I want price to push higher. Will it always work? No. So like I said, you're entitled to your opinion. And you don't have to follow my trade, right? So you know, like I said at the beginning of entering, right? Like I could be wrong on the trade. It might not work out. So I'm well aware of that. But that's any trade, right? Love the show, but you killed me with that music choice. LOL. Yeah, I'll have to look at changing up some of the tunes, guys. I'll work on that. Stats don't lie. Solid trading, DMONEY. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Right? So yeah, like I said, guys, every trade's not gonna work. I'm just playing the momentum, or what looks like momentum, right? As a trader, you basically evaluate, you make a decision, take the trade, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm still gonna be green on the day. I can tell you that. So let's go. It's comes with the territory, right? All right, so let's take a look. Let me see something because I haven't switched there. All right, so this is the 4 hour candle. You had a retest down, trying to push up. I would like to see, because we had selling pressure, right, to the downside. So I would like to see some expansion, but might not get it right now, right? We'll see. Mario, DMONEY isn't even fazed by the negative chat. Nah, I'm not. I'll be honest, I'm not, guys, because at the end of the day, right, like every trade's not going to work out. I've taken plenty of trades today. I'm in profit on all accounts. So life is good, right? And that's it. It's a privilege for me to be here, so I don't take that for granted. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, right? So all right, somebody's saying there's a lot of firm numbers after the bell. Earnings, I think you're probably talking about. Yeah. All right, so the 1 hour is back below, believe it or not, right? The 15-minute opening range, which is at 304.50 level. Back below it. Again. Feel like we've been kind of hanging out there. We got about 19 minutes left on this current 1 hour candle. And I'm sized appropriately, guys, because this is only one contract, right? So I'm not that range today. Yep, exactly. How much am I up today? I'm up about 3,000 across these accounts, and I also have the Apex accounts, and I think I'm up 3,000 plus on those as well. I would have to switch back and see in a second, guys. So are we gonna hold this high of the ORB, or are we gonna fold, right? And all right, let's check the $15-minute candle. Close as a bullish pin bar above the range, right? The two EMAs, but now we're right back in it. So that's not great. Check the 1 hour chart. Current 1 hour candle. How do I define a pin bar? It has a long body. It has either a small body and a long wick at the top or bottom, typically. 15 minutes left, right? Or sorry, guys. 14 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. So I'm just waiting to see if we can get, if we're going to get a move to the upside or not, right? Down about 15, well, 13 points. Entry was right at entry was 315, right? So I'm down about 9 points. Derek, break retest, yada yada. Yep, that's exactly what's going on, right? You're right. You're right. Guys, if you have not hit the like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, maybe this is your first time tuning in to the D-Money Show. Let's go. Please subscribe. Scalping strategy, D-Money. What I've learned from you is being patient and calm. Yeah, hey, I appreciate that, right? And I think, guys, you got to realize, like, not every trade's gonna play out. So once you kind of start to realize that, if you're taking the same trade over and over, I mean, let the probabilities play out, right? That's it. Jackie 2100 was here on your birthday. On whose birthday? D-Money, very good job, man. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, I'm still holding that trade, guys. I'm still holding, right? So we'll see what happens. I'm still holding. Scalp Logic Art, you were a very good trader. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm just trying to, guys, I'm being me, right? To be honest. So, trading how I trade. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to be a fan of it. But I'm trading how I trade, how I see the market, right? It's discretionary. So, everybody, maybe you trade differently. And that's fine, right? So, there's different ways to be profitable. A 1,000 proof, D-Money, you killing it out here. We appreciate you. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Down about 4 points. D, you look like my uncle from Somalia. Let's go. Uncle D-Money. Let's go. I took a short at 320. Sleepy Mocha, is there D-Money merchandise? I believe that's on the horizon, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a sneak peek of something today that I like. Let's go. That boy good t-shirts all day. Can be. Need a Jerome t-shirt and that boy good. All right, so D, you're teaching me patience. Usually I'm in and out of trades, but holding a trade with the correct risk gives you a better mindset. Hey, that's good to hear, man. All right, we got about 9 minutes left on this candle. So we're gonna see if we get an expansion, right? All right, somebody said, D, we're above the EMAs. Yeah, exactly, right? So, and remember, guys, this is the 1 hour chart. So this trade is a 1 hour. I took this trade out the 1 hour time frame, right? So, could be wrong on the trade, but even if I'm right, it could take time to play out, right? Because this is the higher time frame. So, all right, so if you could recommend one prop firm, which one would it be and why? So that's a preference thing. I mean, there's so many options now, but I would say definitely Apex because you can get up to 20 accounts, you know, when you're ready for that, for 20 accounts. Lucid is really good. Take Profit Trader is really good. There's a ton of options, right? Personal preference though. Got about 7 minutes left on this candle. And you know what's ironic, guys, right? You hold the trade, you try to see if it'll play out on a higher time frame, and it takes a while, right? So that's just trading sometimes. Got to be comfortable with that. Power hour officially is technically 3 o'clock, right? So that's also in the back of my mind. Joe, what's good, D-Money? Any trades this afternoon? Yeah, I'm currently in a trade, actually. I'm in a buy. Trying to see if we can get expansion to the upside. So we're having a hard time staying above the 15-minute opening range high. So I was trying to see if we can get up to that 340 area, but we're having a hard time right now. Price has been kind of stalling, right? Did you see YM not asking you to trade? Just look at the chart. Yeah, I saw it actually. And I took a look at it actually during lunchtime. Craziness, right? In and out hardly in the drawdown. Nice. Yeah, when you get some big moves like that, I mean, that's the ideal day, right? To be honest. All right, so we're coming up on the close of this 1 hour candle. I was pretty much close to being back in profit, break even, so to speak, on the trade. Pulling back. And you got about 6 minutes left for... Sorry, 5.5 minutes left for the close of this 1 hour candle. And price is bearish right now. This 1 hour candle is bearish, right? It's not green. 30-minute chart. You're right at the 14 EMA on the 30-minute chart. Couldn't close, couldn't put in a higher high. About 4.5 minutes left on this candle. LOL, Jay Surrey, LOL, you know I had to look it up, D-Money. BDH legendary, haha. Nice. Skeletor 619, what's up, man? Hey D, you had mentioned that you lost 85,000 on Forex. How long did you trade to meet earning all that before you lost it, or that was gone by company no longer in business? Yeah, no, that was an $85,000 payout with the funded trader. That was actually a payout. So I was able to take that payout before they went out of business. Thank God on that, because they actually went under, right? If you guys know, remember Angelo, the funded trader? So yeah, I was able to cash that out before they went out of business. So I know, right? So Ginger said my payout was too big, guys. Let's go. But yeah, they went under shortly after that. I went to their website one day and it said that, hey, we have ceased all operations, which is like scary, right? So that was like obviously a big turnoff from Forex, because it's like the company is pretty much gone overnight. How has been on YouTube calls impacted my trading or psychology? I mean, I'm trading pretty much the same way. I mean, you got a lot more eyes on your trades, so to speak, if that's what you're referring to. I mean, I know that, but I'm trading in the same way. All right, we got 2.5 minutes left on this 1 minute, or sorry, 1 hour candle. This is where I'm at so far in the trade, right? So I'm down a few points, not much. Price is like stuck, right? So we'll see. $200 EMA flat is probably going down. I mean, anything's possible, right? Like, you guys will notice, like, when there's comments, guys, like, I'm not saying you could be very well right. Like, nobody's an expert, guys, right? I'm just trading price action and as far as what I see on the chart. Russell, yeah, I'm still in the long. So I'm down $35. Go figure, right? After all that holding. Well, now it's like 50. So not down by much though. So we'll see. All right, so we got 40 seconds for the close of this current 1 hour candle, right? And then we're officially technically in power hour, right? At 3 to 4 times. So we'll see what happens. If price starts to reject rapidly, then I'm gonna close it obviously, and then I'll look for another trade, you know, in the power hour session. But I would like for price to kind of expand to the upside, right? Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it, but we'll see. But I'm down like 4 points right now on the trade, 4 points. Here's the open of the new 1 hour candle. So let's see what happens. All right, push straight down at 3 o'clock, tap the opening range. ORB, top of the ORB range, that 304. And let's see if we get a push to the upside. Like I said, if it starts rejecting, guys, and I don't like the price action, I'll close it and see if I can get the next trade, obviously, because this is officially power hour now, right? I've been holding this trade for a while, so. Tried to give it enough time and pretty much was break even, back and forth, right? So down about 3 points right now. New 1 hour candle. This is a trade, right? So we'll see. I want like a rapid move to the upside, right? I don't want to see price continue to stall because that's not encouraging, but we'll see. What's your take profit? So I want price to hit up 340 area, but I might not get it, right? Because it's kind of stalling. So if it drops and it can't hold that 304.50 area, then I'll probably get out and look for maybe the next setup. Because I don't want, it shouldn't take this long, right? That's the thing. Like it's been a while. I've been in the trade for a while. And like this might very well, guys, be one of those days where you get like a ton of movement in the Asian session or something, right? You know how that works. Sometimes like when price stalls in this session, you'll get a crazy like clear move in the Asian session. It might be one of those days. Not sure. They're waiting for Netflix earnings tonight. Happens every time. Yeah, you're right on that. That could be the holdup. Because it's stalling, right? It is stalling. DMC Trading afternoon. Hey, what's up? Good afternoon. How are you? Let's go. Can you copy trade on Take Profit Trader using TradeAvate? Yes, of course. Homegrown traders is getting tight. Yeah. Like I said, guys, if it can't hold this 304.50 level, I'm gonna be out of the trade, right? So for about a 10-point loss or whatever it is, nothing crazy. Only trading one contract per account, so not worried. I tried to give it room, right? I tried to give it time, and if it's not doing it, then it's not doing it. All right, so we're right at that 304.50 area. And so I just closed it because we just tapped it top below it, right? So all right, so that was like the world's longest trade. This is where I'm at, so that's why I'm not sweating it, right? Because I'm still up like almost $2,000 on a day on these accounts. I gave it room, guys, right? I tried to give it room, so, and watch it probably bounce now, but that's life, right? So I'm not gonna hold it for 2 hours. So that trade was basically off the and we're like right back up, right off that level. So thought process was bullish pin bar above the EMAs. You had a retest of the EMAs and price pushed up. Tried to anticipate hitting that 330 or 340 area, and it just stalled on me, right? So I'm not gonna hold it any longer. So because now we're officially into power hours, so we'll see if we can get another setup. Because, and also too, even on the 5-minute chart, if you kind of notice here, price is like putting in right. It's kind of like ranging. It's putting in a high, coming down, putting in a higher low, pushing up, putting in a higher low, pushing up, right? So that's what I saw. It's just taking too long to kind of get there. So let me show you on the chart. Sorry. So this is what I was seeing on the lower time frame. Price is kind of building out to push higher. You got a high put in, comes down, higher low, pushes up, higher low, pushes up, higher, right? It's kind of building up, in my opinion, to go higher, but it's just taking too long. And look, so we're bouncing off that level again. Josh, I am showing the 5-minute chart. I'm showing multiple times. This is the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart. Yeah, we're barcoding. We're right back to the level where I would have been down, what, 4 points on that trade right now? But in my opinion, it's building up to go higher, right? I just held it for so long. I'm like tired of holding it, right? So I gave it room. I tried, and maybe it pops now. I don't know. We'll see. But my entry was 315, so I would have been like what, down 1 point right now. But that happens, right? Sometimes that's how it is. In my opinion, I want it to drop first. It could. But I don't see it like it's when it's dropping, it's putting in a lower high. So even though it's dropping and putting in a lower high, a higher low, sorry, and then it's continuing to push higher. So that's the only thing. For me, it's building up to go higher, but could be wrong. D time capitulated. Man, the boredom is the worst thing in trading. Yeah, it is. It is, right? Yeah, like I'm not gonna hold it for. I mean, guys. I mean, I don't know how long I was in that trade, but I was in that trade for at least what, 20 minutes, probably. I mean, that's enough, right? I mean, and it could very well continue higher. That's fine. But I gave it enough time, in my opinion. So let's go. JaVale, not judging because it's only honestly watching paint dry. It is. I'll be honest, man. It is. So, but that's why you got to have a controlled stop. And I'm happy that I lowered my position size, right? Lowered it down. So that way, I was only trading one contract per account. Still green on the day, up about 2,000 on these accounts. So I'll take it. On a day like today, I'll take it, right? I just don't feel like I just don't, because I wanted price to expand faster based off previous price action on the 1 hour chart, and I didn't get it, right? So and I haven't seen price kind of react like this in a long time, where we're kind of like right back into ORB, like right, we're kind of like struggling right at the top of the 15-minute opening range. So net green, let's go. Exactly. Sean Hazel. Yeah, I'll take it, right? So let's see where I'm at. Hold on 1 second. So these straight to funded accounts, About 2,000 on these. These are the Lucid accounts. So I'm up about 2,000 on a day on those. And let me switch to Apex to see where I'm at. It's literally going nowhere, right? It's like stuck in this area. So, all right. So let's see where I'm at with Apex. So these are the Apex accounts, right? So there's a micro on there, guys. I don't trade micros, but in full transparency, like you guys are kind of know, always like try to keep it real, right? Like I was trying to figure out how we don't have like that loud like order filled like thing every time I take a trade, because it's like killing like Ginger's like eardrums every time I hit a trade. So I took a micro just to see if it worked to turn the volume down, and then obviously I still announce to you guys when I'm in a trade and I'm showing you my screen. But so I'm let's see, 10 times 4 plus the 930 plus, yeah, so I'm up like 6,000 on a day, right? We'll take it. Let's go. And on a day like today, guys, that's a huge win in my opinion. Yeah, it's not, you can't turn on a browser, the real E-Rack, I guess that's what your username is, because everything's, remember, I'm running multiple screens and multiple audio, right? You have to turn down the volume and Tradeovate, to be honest. So I'm interested to see, guys, like if we can get out of this. Remember, my entry on that buy was 315. Just to kind of give you an illustration, right? Like we're like kind of stuck. I wanted to push it up faster. I think Netflix typically they're gonna probably release at what time? 4:05 or like 4:10? Anybody have the time on that on Netflix? The real Iraq, you don't have, it's already fixed, brother. There's nothing for you to fix, man. I'm not sure what there's no need for you to do anything remote. So, I appreciate it though. Okay, I'm just trying to save Ginger. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, we got it figured out. We got it figured out. Kim Mellows, so 45. Okay, I got you. Matter tech support is here. Let's go. Yeah, but that's why you guys, I don't trade the micros, guys, but I just took a trade on it to see if I heard the alert, right? I wasn't gonna trade full size on that, so we're right at pretty much my entry. So the only thing encouraging on days like this is that typically when you get these range days or these days where there's like small movement, typically there's some good price movement that's coming, right? Some price action that's coming. So you just have to kind of be patient. Is it Dag? Have you taken the Porsche for a spin while PW is gone? You guys want to get me fired? No, I have not. Have not taken a Porsche on a spin. So. Fully Furry Greek. Where's Patrick? Patrick's in Mexico right now. He was in California, I think, last week, and then now he's in Mexico. He's doing the Baja race in his truck, right? Josh, you got a bit of Will Smith going on? Yeah, the chat's undefeated. I'll tell you that. Cody Stafford 100. I feel like this price is going to explode. Yeah, it's getting really, really tight in this range. So ECS, when did you upgrade to more than one account when you started DMONEY? I mean, I've been, well, guys, I mean, if you've been tuning into the streams, I've been kind of saying like, yeah, I got Apex evals and I'm passing and like all of that stuff. To be honest, I'm still disappointed at myself because I should have been copy trading 20 Apex accounts and I didn't have the trade copier on a specific trade that I took that would have basically got me funded on all those accounts, right? So make no mistake about it, guys. I'm gonna scale up. Let's go. Do I hold trades overnight? No, I do not. So with futures, I don't know if, I mean, maybe there's a platform out there, but I don't know of a platform where you can hold overnight. So I don't hold. Tomorrow's another day, guys, right? That's how you got to kind of look at it. If I didn't catch the move, and like I said, maybe that Netflix move is the move that the market's waiting on. But look, we're like right back into this range again, right? It's like frustrating. So I'm not, I don't see a reason to take another stab at it, right? To be honest, because it's not picking a direction. And what I mean by that is the current range on this chart is from like the current low to the high is only 14 points. It's like stuck in a 14, 15 point range right now, right? So that's not ideal price action. Yeah, yeah, you can just close your trades before 5. Yeah, correct. So yeah, I wish there was better price action, guys. But obviously you guys know that I don't control the market. So, you know, there's probably a lot of traders today that blew accounts because they're like, maybe they went in too large on a position expecting to move in one direction and they got chopped up, right? So Ken B, where do you execute your orders though? The Tradevate platform itself or through linking Tradevate to TradingView? Because I can only copy trade on Tradevate and not through my TradingView. Yeah, I actually copy trade on Tradevate as well. That's why like I try to switch to that screen so you guys can see. So when you see the profit moving up and down, going back and forth, that's the Tradevate screen where I'm copy trading. All right, we're back at that 315 area, right? Which is where my entry was on that buy that I waited for like 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. You know, right back up there. And like I said, right? So this is like that slow grind, higher lows being put in, price pushes up. So if my entry was lower, so if my entry was like 300 level, then I would have had a nice little entry, right? Because I mean I probably would have been up like what, 10 points back to the top of the range, but it's been like a 10 to 15 point range, right? It's been kind of stalling in this area. So where would you validate a re-entry? Yeah, so if I was in buys, like I was just saying, if I was looking for a buy, it would have to be lower, right? Like 300, 305, only because we've been stuck in this range. But to be honest, you're at this point, you're trading unless price breaks out here, you're trading like a 10, 15 point range, so it's not really worth it, right? Maybe that expansion that I was looking for is coming now. You know, maybe. Because there's higher highs, right? 319. And that's what I was seeing, but my entry was at 315, right? Because like I said, I'm not perfect either, guys. So I would have loved to have like maybe a better entry. Looking at the chart, maybe like 300, 305, and then, right? Because look, it's expanding now. Yeah, stop loss 100. My entry was 309, and I almost closed this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Guys, I mean, I saw the higher time frame, and I like I said, I felt like that 340 to 350 levels in play based off the higher time frame. My entry was 315, so that's not ideal when you're in a tight range. I should have had a little bit better entry, and I didn't, right? So I didn't like the price action. I closed the trade. I mean, I held it for what felt like a pretty long time. I tried to give it room to break out to the upside because I liked the bullish momentum I saw building on a 1 hour chart, and it didn't give it to me, right? So this could very well be the start of it, all right? That push to the upside that I was kind of looking for. Master 80, I like how D-Money trades. Bro's legit. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to be, there's going to be people out there that don't like the way that I trade, and that's fine. Like, right? I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. I'm going to trade how I trade. My P&L is my P&L at the end of the day, right? So, but I do typically trade the same exact way every day. And if you continue to log in to the streams, you're going to see that I pretty much take the same trades over and over, right? If you guys have not hit the like button, please do. I don't know where we're at with likes, guys, but I would appreciate it if you're able to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, maybe this is your first time tuning in. Let's go. And it's, in all fairness, guys, it's nasty today, right? It is nasty. Like, I mean, it's been kind of like one of those days. We started off, the price action even from this morning was kind of weird because we started off like ranging, right? Since 1 o'clock in the morning overnight, we kind of were stuck in a range and all of that stuff. So this was an ideal price action today. So on days like this, you take what you can get. If you're green on the day today, you did all right, in my opinion, right? So KRL NJND, we adore D-Money. Hey, I appreciate that. FX Sofane, where's Patrick? Patrick is somewhere in Mexico, right? On vacation. He's taking the week off. So I'm going to be, however, you're tuned in during D-Money Power Hour time, right? So this is the D-Money show. My typical time frame is that I trade live on the BDH network is 1:30 Eastern until 4 p.m., right? So I trade the afternoon session, Monday through Friday, 1:30 to 4. PW will be back Monday for his normal morning stream, right? This week I'm covering both. Let's go. Do I think it'll blast up or down during power hour? Well, I mean, we're in power hour right now, right? So this is power hour. So would it surprise me if we got more upside? No, it wouldn't surprise me. But with earnings, Netflix, somebody mentioned in the chat that Netflix has earnings. I can tell you what I saw today, right? I saw what I wanted. The reason why I was in that buy was that I held for like 20 minutes. It was because we had a bullish pin bar close on a 1 hour chart. I wanted to push down to the 14 EMA and retest and then a continued push up, right? So, and maybe Netflix news is the news that yokes us higher? I'm not sure, right? So I wouldn't be surprised. But this price action right now is not good, right? I mean, it's kind of like, it's grindy. If you don't get in at the right level, you're already going to be down 15 points. Oz Trader, yo DMONEY, you're a pretty cool dude. Definitely will be tuning into the DMONEY show. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. I'm just trying to make a little money. SoFi. Geez, people, I swear, if someone asks where's Patrick again, I'm going to lose it. So you know what's funny about that, chat? So every once in a while, like when I get a chance, if I'm streaming the afternoon session, I'll obviously jump in the PW stream, and people are like, where's DMONEY? And PW's over it, right? So it's kind of funny. Where's Patrick? Classic. Netflix will announce a 20-to-1 or 10-to-1 split, and it will go crazy. Listen, all I know is I'm sick of Netflix raising their price, right? It's like I feel like every couple of months there's a price hike, right? Skeletor 619 D, I've been watching every day, and it's entertaining and educational. Hey, that really means a lot to me. I'm not gonna take that. I don't take that lightly, and I don't take it for granted. So I appreciate the kind words, right? So, and my goal is obviously to keep getting better, right? Better trader, better streamer. Let's go. Beam them out. I locked them in the trunk. Guys, PW is crazy. I don't think anybody's locking him in the trunk, guys. Let's be real. Let's go. Thanks for what you do for us, man. Hey, I appreciate that. When Tyrone coming this week? Well, you know, just I would say stay tuned. Right? Stay tuned. So, Jerome, I had to drop off. I mean, if you guys were watching at the beginning of the week, he had to get back to his baby mama. So he had some baby mama drama, I guess, in ATL. So he had to get back to ATL. So, but he told me he was coming back though. So something about a warrant or something he had that was pending. I'm not sure. So stay tuned. Let's go. John, I know, right? I feel like I need to pin all that stuff in the chat. So I did pin the EMAs, so maybe I have to pin a little bit more. Yeah, Armando, yeah, it's Jerome. Yeah, it's Jerome, not Tyrone. Jerome. But yeah, right back in the range. Like I said, we're kind of stuck in a 15-point range right now, right? So that's why I'm not opted to kind of pull the trigger, right? I'm up about 6,000 across accounts. Up about 6,000 today. Jerome trying to catch a bus to the BDH. Let's go. Well, yeah, I had to drop him off at the Greyhound bus station. So, you know, he didn't want to take a flight. I'm like, why don't you want to take a flight? And he said that something about a warrant or something, guys. So there's something a little shaky with Jerome. I'm just being honest. So got to be careful the next time he's in the BDH because, you know, might have to call security. Ray, come on, man. Let's go. Got to keep it fun, guys, right? Like I said, my vision for the afternoon session is to try to make it entertaining and do some things that none of the streamers in the afternoon session are doing, right? So we'll see. Does Jerome speak Spanish? No hable, or should I say poquito hable español? Leave a link so we can put some money on Jerome's books. Oh, man. Chat's undefeated. So, yeah, we're kind of stuck. There's nothing kind of... I don't see a reason to kind of join this nastiness at this point, right? Look at... This is the current... This is the 30-minute chart. You got a long wick at the top and the bottom of the previous 30-minute chart. Right? So, there's nothing kind of... Price right now is kind of going nowhere, so... Currently back below the 15-minute opening range high that was put in. We're kind of barcoding, right? We're stuck in this range. We've been stuck in this range for quite some time. And the range since about 1 o'clock is 76 points. But more recently, we've been stuck in an even tighter range, right? You guys recognize that. So we've been stuck in this about 34-point range for a few hours. So a little disappointing, but what can you do? Connor, DMONEY, what are you trading right now? So I'm not in the trade right now. I tried to take a buy off the 1 hour time frame. You had a bullish close above the 14 EMA. I tried to take a buy anticipating price would hit close to that 340 range, and it pulled back. So it was 1 contract per account. Took a loss on that. I think the first trade I took, it was a profitable trade, and then it's been a chop fest ever since, right? So up about 6,000 on a day. I'll take it. O6E60S85 hasn't been one day at the BDH where I haven't made money since DMONEY been at the BDH. Changing lives out here, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, but like I said, you guys are doing the work, right? I'm not hitting buy or sell for you. I'm just calling out what I see on the chart and taking trades that I take, right? So congrats on making the monies. Master 80, I'll take 6K any day, bro. Exactly. And look at this price action. Like, I'm not, guys, I'm not gonna go home and cry that I got stopped out on that last trade when, look at this barcode action, right? I'm gonna take the profit. $6,000, guys, is not too shabby in my opinion. And on a day like today, I'll take it gladly. So change Tyrone's name to DayQuantivius. Oh man. Where's the likes? I'm not sure. Where are we at with likes, Ginger? All right, guys. So we're at 671 likes. I was just informed by Ginger. We got 1,749 people watching. So if you have not hit the like button, please do. I appreciate it. PW told me if I don't get 1,000 likes or more per day, that there's going to be consequences and repercussions. So I don't want to know what that entails. So please hit the like button if you have not, guys. Let's go. Skeletor 619, D, you're killing it. Hope someday I'm trading like you. Hey, listen, that's possible, right? You might be a better trader than me. I mean, it took me a while to get comfortable. And this might sound weird, chat, but it took me a while to get comfortable knowing that I'm going to take losses, right? Because I think this is like one of those professions where you're like, if I take a loss, then I failed. Like, not necessarily. I mean, maybe price action's trash. Maybe, price is going to expand in your direction later, right? Maybe your timing was off. Whatever the case may be, you're going to take losses. It's part of the game. I think what really helped me, though, is using the higher time frame as a bias and trying to go down to the lower time frame and apply that bias, right, to the lower time frame. That really helped me out a lot. I use Tradeovate. Tradeovate trade copier. Ryan, can you talk about discipline and giving back profits? Man, yeah, there's nothing more frustrating than giving back. I've had plenty of days where I was up in profit and maybe I didn't like, all right, so see like that last trade I took, right? It stalled too much. I didn't like the price action. I closed it out, right? So maybe that before that would maybe be a trigger for me, because if price started to rapidly expand higher and I was just in a buy and all of a sudden I'm out of the trade, maybe I'm going to try to chase that trade and I'm green for the day. Like right now, right? I'm green for the day. I'm up $6,000 across the accounts for the day. So if I chase the market because I'm upset because I took a loss on that last trade, I would end up giving back profits on the day, right? And that just takes like discipline and knowing that you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, right? So this range is nasty. This price action is nasty. Tomorrow's another day. And I had to kind of learn that, right? Also, like trying to hit home runs on every single trade is not going to work, right? So meaning that every trade has to be a 50, 75, 100 point trade. Maybe you saw somebody on social media that had a 50 point, 75, 100 point trade. That's going to happen over the course of trading, but that's not going to happen on every trade. So I made that mistake plenty of times as well. Just keeping it real, chat, right? Just keeping it real. Thomas, so is it like 7 max accounts? No, so like Apex specifically, you can trade 20 accounts. You can copy trade 20 accounts. Harsh, bro, you the best. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm just keeping it real with you guys, and like I have, you know, I remember like when I first came on the PW stream, somebody was like, oh, he never takes a loss, like, and it was like worse. I was like, it was worse for me. I think it made it worse because PW screen was like, it's like the default screen, right? So you see when he takes a trade, and you guys weren't seeing when I was taking trades, but now you can kind of see when I'm taking trades. Like, I'm going to take losses, guys. It happens, right? But that doesn't mean I'm gonna be red on the day, right? I was smart today because I saw the price action and I lowered my risks. I started off with 2 contracts per account and I lowered my risks on some of these low trades, low probability trades, only because of how price has been reacting, right? So that way, if I took a loss, I had a measured stop loss and I would still be profitable, right? That's how I manage the trades. Live easy, yo DMONEY, you're the best teacher. The way you explain things is so easy to understand. That boy good. Hey, I appreciate that, man. If you guys haven't hit that like button, please do, guys. I'm afraid somebody's gonna be waiting for me in the parking lot if we don't get 1,000 likes. Sent from PW, so let's go. I don't know where we're at because I don't see them, but what was that, Ginger? So we're at 844, guys. We got 1,673 people watching. So please hit the like button if you have not, and do me a solid. I would appreciate it. Let's go. Harsh, can you make a video explaining your strategy? Yeah, I'm sure that's going to come. So just kind of stay tuned to that. And if you continue to tune into the stream, I am going to continue to post or call out. Sorry, I'll continue to call out my trades, what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking. I'm not one of those guys that is going to pretend that every trade's going to work, but you guys will start seeing that I take the same trades over and over, right? So you'll start to kind of catch on to how I trade pretty quick because I'm not changing it, to be honest, for the most part. So the only thing I do change, like if I'm trying to take a trade off the 1 hour or 4 hour chart and I see price maybe it's not going to give me a deep enough retest, then maybe I'll put my low below the previous candle's low, so to speak, if I'm looking for a buy on the lower time frame. So you'll see stuff like that that I've kind of added into my strategy. But other than that, I'm taking the same trades over and over. Well aware that it won't always work, right? So fully transparent on that. Billy Ray, were all of my trades buys today? Yes, they were all buys today. Because, actually, I'll take that back. I took sells in the morning off the 5-minute ORB, right? So if I kind of go to in the 15-minute ORB, right? So let me kind of get rid of this because it doesn't have to be there. I can draw out the rest tomorrow. So this is the 15-minute. The two black lines you see on the chart, those are that's the 15-minute ORB, right? The high and low of the first 15-minute candle. And I initially, if you were kind of tuning into that stream, I had the 5-minute ORB mapped out, which you can kind of see. Let me go to it really quick. Let me just kind of go down to it and then map it out so you can see it. All right, so this is the 5-minute ORB, right? And price was below the 14 and 50 EMA. Price actually was below the 14 and 50 EMA, which is good. You got an EMA cross to the downside, and I basically, once I saw price rejecting, I took a sell down, right? So yeah, I took sells on that and then try to take a stab at buys later on. So 951 likes, Devon Crosby, 951. We got 1,650 people watching. Let's go. Russell, D-Money, have you used Legends? Trading current deal is pretty good. Yeah, I saw that, right? I think they had 90% off. I'll probably end up picking up some of those accounts as well, so. Chris, yeah, if you only see 24 likes, you probably just got to refresh your stream. That's all. D-Money, are you watching NQZ5 right now? Yes. NQZ5, yes. Shari, hi D-Money and everyone here. Hey, what's up? White Fox, D-Money, have you read all books on price action? The way you look at the market seems similar to his approach. Oh, you're saying Al Brooks? So I've read like Trading in the Zone and the candlestick, or sorry, quarters theory, stuff like that. Martin, this is worse than paint drying. Yeah, I agree. There's not much going on, guys. I mean, I wish it was different, but you know, we're stuck. Look at this range. Look at this nasty range that we've been kind of, I mean, that we're stuck in, right? I mean, there's not much. This is straight consolidation, waiting for something to get released or something, right? Netflix earnings, whatever it is, like we've been stuck in this range. So all right, so Ginger just told me we hit 1,000. Let's go. So I guess I'm not fired today, guys. You live to trade another day. Market is going nowhere fast. Exactly. So there is nothing wrong. There's no shame in taking profit, especially on a day like today where, you know, but I am encouraged because a lot of times when you get this nasty price action, and it's only Tuesday, a lot of times you'll get some pretty good setups for the rest of the week. So that's what I'm hoping for. Connor, D-Money, when you do a buy, how much do you usually go in with? I think that's what you're saying. So typically I'm copy trading I'm trading across 5 accounts at a time, either Lucid or Apex. So my general size is, my max size is up to 2 contracts across the accounts, right? And I know somebody was like freaking out like when they first saw me start trading because they're like, oh, you're You're trading with 10 contracts, but that's 10 contracts divided by 5 accounts, guys. So that's 2 contracts. The trades I took this afternoon, if you kind of notice, it had a 5 on the screen, and that's because I was only trading 1 contract per account because I didn't like, you know, how price has been kind of ranging. So I knew if I was wrong on the trade, at least I had a controlled stop, and I wasn't willing to give back all of my profits for the day, right? So Javier Music, gold 1000, 1000. Yeah, hey, I appreciate that, man. I think in the stream this morning we had a ton of likes as well, and I know yesterday I think that's the highest I've seen so far. It was like 1,700 likes. So got to get more likes in the afternoon session. Let's go. Are we still getting CPI on Friday with the government shutdown? So I would probably say no. If we're still shut down by then, anything's possible, right? Like maybe the market's building up to tell us that we're not shut down anymore. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Alejo, you get a haircut weekly, always fresh, LOL. Let's go. No, not every week. So typically like every 10 days, 10 to 14 days. Josh, keep the technical tips coming. Thank you, Big D. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I just try to add value to the BDH network, right? Kind of explaining how I trade, my thought process, why I take a trade, that kind of stuff. Live easy. Everyone make money here. Then why are they hesitant to hit the like button? Yeah, it's just it's an extra step, right? That's why. X Lord X, praying for better price action tomorrow. You and me both, right? So $93 octane. Under what conditions do you feel confident to put on additional size on a winning trade? So if I see prices and momentum, and you know it's moving very well, there's good price movement, the price action lines up with what I'm looking for, then I may. But I mean, two contracts is plenty for me, right? I mean, I don't feel like I need to go larger than that per account. Hey Josh, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. Leo 28, that boy is so good. That boy good. That boy good. Master 80, this is called discipline D-Money. Yeah, you're right. Guys, I've been through the fire just like everybody else. I've blown plenty of accounts. I'll never shy away from that. I'll never say that I'm the world's best trader. The beauty of trading, you don't have to be the world's best trader, right? If you can find a strategy that works for you, that makes sense, that clicks for you, and you can kind of repeat that strategy day in and day out, and you're making profit, you're profitable by the end of the week, so to speak, because maybe you had a few red days, but by the end of the week, you're profitable. Hey, that's all that matters. Motivation for the nation. You're very disciplined. Hey, thanks. Skeletor 619. I'm about to trade my first prop firm account soon. Any words of wisdom? Yeah. No need to rush it. Take your time, right? Look for A+ setups. Don't, I don't know if you're doing straight to funded or evaluation first, but don't focus on the payout. Try to focus on taking A+ setups. That would be my best advice, because a lot of times, you're kind of like, thinking about the payout before you even get there. And that's not a good recipe, right? So, and what I mean by that is, if you're already focused, all you're focused on is a payout, like that might impact your trading. I would just worry about taking the best setups you can take, and then the payout should naturally come, right? That would be the best rule of thumb. We're trying to break out of this range, and look, you know what's funny? Look at the time, right? So we just pushed up to 3:30, and we got 9 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. So this range we've been stuck in, right? We just put in a higher high. We broke out of the range. We put in a high on the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart we're looking at. Question is it going to close right back in that range, right? That's the thing. To trap buyers. I can't trade. Do you know how to trade gold? I don't trade gold. I could never get the hang of trading gold. I am a price action trader, so using the EMAs and using like the wicks on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, I'm sure it works on gold because it's price action, right? So I'm sure it moves the same way. I could never time gold right. Like there would be days where I'm seeing everybody's, oh, gold is moving, right? Gold is pumping, whatever the case may be, but I could never get the timing right. The day that I decide to trade gold, it would be a chop fest. And we're finally breaking out of that area, right? Look how long it took to get us out of that range. It's been kind of back and forth in this range since 145. Craziness. Do you ever trade ES or anything other than NQ? Justin, no, I only trade NQ. Marius, that's the buy I think you're saying you were looking for? Yeah, it is. It's just taking too long, right? So that's trading though, right? That's trading. Annie, do I wait for the 5-minute candle to close to take the entry? Typically, yes. Because what if price is bullish, but then all of a sudden it closes bearish, right? Then you got in on a green candle and it retraced all the way back down. So I try to wait for closure. But yeah, see, and remember guys, my take profit, I want it like that 337 to like 340 area, right? That's what I wanted. And it looks like it's going to give us that before the close of this 1 hour candle. It just stuck it took too long for me, right? It just took too long. I mean, we were stuck in this range for too long. I wanted to push away quicker. So, 'tis his life. Javier Music, BD8 shirt, Jerome in the house. That's a good one. Thomas, gold is the same as NQ. Price action is price action. Yes, but you have a preference as far as what you want to trade, right? So I don't have anything against gold. I just gravitated towards NQ. That's all. To each his own, right? I mean, you're like I said earlier, guys. Your account, your trade, your P&L. That's your decision. I just like NQ, and I stuck with it. It's only a preference thing. Right back into the range, right? That's why you got to be careful. Now, this 5-minute candle does not have a top wick, which is interesting, right? It does not have a top wick at all. So meaning that price pushed down right at the open of the candle, retesting the 14 EMA, which is the 313 area. So that's to whoever asked that question about, do I wait for the candle to close? Yes, because it closed at 330, but look at this next candle, right? It's already down it was down to like 315. So you're automatically down 15 points. If you're planning a retest, got to be careful, right? So 5 minutes left on this candle. The 1 hour candle, let me take this off because it's kind of hard to see. Looks like it's closing with a long wick at the top and the bottom. which is some indecision, aka chop fest, right? Right back into the range. Let's go. Gotta love it. White Fox. Oh man, what a fake out. Yeah, exactly. Hard hat trading. Am I going to stick around for Netflix earnings? No, I don't think so. I'm not going to trade it, so I'm not going to stick around for it. I'll be back tomorrow though at 9 o'clock. Same place, same time. BDH. Thomas Morton wasn't referring to you, D-Money. I've traded NQ for the last 4 years myself. I agree. Yeah. And I wasn't. Yeah, I understand, Thomas. Yeah, no, you're good, man. Yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever you're comfortable with, right? So, to each his own. I know people that make money trading gold. I know people that make money trading ES. I know people that makes money trading other things, right? Some people still are making money trading Forex. I just, after that prop firm close, and actually, all right, so the funded engineer, I had a $21,000 payout with the funded engineer, and I was like, man, this is great. Like, they're not, and man, they closed down like shortly after that. Like, so it just started like kind of like a domino effect, right? And then I started seeing some of these Forex prop firms saying like, with emails that got released and, oh, slip these people, like, all kind of shady stuff was going on. So I'm glad I got out of that. Josh, can you talk us through different candle types and what they mean? So today's not a great day for it, I'll be honest, because of the price action. But on a typical day, like this 1 hour chart for me, like this candle that closed bullish that I kind of highlighted earlier, for me is bullish, right? Because we're above both 14 and the 50 EMA, and price had a rejection of the downside, pushed up, closed green. That shows me that bulls are temporarily in control, and I would want to see some kind of expansion to the upside, right? But unfortunately today price kind of stalled out, so it's not a great example today. But that's what I would be looking. That's a perfect example of buys, to be honest. If I'm bearish, I mean, we'd have to go back on the chart, right? And I will be looking for price to be in momentum, like as an example. This is just an example, right? So on a higher time frame. But if price is closing below where that little that little pointing finger is, it's below the 14 and the 50 EMA. It formed the EMA cross. So typically when price pushes down and comes back to the EMA, that's a selling area, right? That area should hold if price is going to remain bearish. And you notice how you got a reaction back to the downside, right? So that's just kind of like a quick example, but if you tune in, you're going to see, it's better to see it in real time. Because I take those setups pretty much all day long, right? So just continue to tune in and you'll see my thought process and how I kind of trade. All right, so this is why I was saying, right, you got to kind of be careful. In this market, right? Because look, we just had that sell-off. Let's go. If you were long at 330, you just had 43 points drop on you. So you probably got stopped out. Ha. White Fox, that was crazy. Yeah, so that's why you got to be cautious, guys, of the time that you're at. A lot of times right before the close of a 1 hour candle, you'll get a big movement. So you got to be kind of cautious of that. Sun Trader 777, have a great day. Hey, you too. Yeah, and we're dropping down, right? Crazy. Craziness going on. All right, guys, so I'm gonna call it here. What a crazy day from a price action standpoint. So I'm gonna take my profits and call it a day, right? Tomorrow's another day. Looking forward to hopefully better price action. So I appreciate you guys tuning in to the D-Money Show afternoon session. Let's go. So if you haven't hit that like button, please do. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's go.